Welcome everyone to Space Events, the show that compiles all of your favorite topics in aerospace into one convenient video. This one is for the spooky month of October in the year 2020. There's lots happening this month, so let's get into it. Starting with SpaceX, SpaceX has a crazy eventful month. Starting with the Commercial Crew Program, SpaceX will launch its first commercial crew to the International Space Station. The mission entitled Crew 1 will launch October 31st at 2:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It will launch aboard a Falcon 9, and the launch pad is Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This first commercial launch will launch 4 astronauts to the International Space Station, and we will go over the 4 astronauts and this mission in depth in an upcoming video. SpaceX progress down in Boca Chica, Texas on their next generation Starship rocket will have no slowdown this month. In October, there will be 2 major events relating to Starship. CEO Elon Musk has said on his Twitter that the annual Starship update event will occur in mid to late October. This event will show us the changes to Starship during its development process and will also show us the future of the project. Keep in mind the big changes that have happened during these events. Like when it started in 2016 when it was called the ITS, or the Interplanetary Transport System. Then at another event it was updated to be called BFR, and now, a few years later, it's called Starship. Every year it has looked like a completely new vehicle. This includes the amount of engines it's had, the height, the material it was made out of. It used to be carbon composites, but now it is made out of steel. Elon has also said that he wants a fully stacked super heavy vehicle, which is the booster to Starship that will propel Starship into orbit. He wants to have one of those fully stacked by the event. Around this time, there will also be another really cool milestone to see. Starship serial number 8, or SN8, will have a 60,000 feet test flight. This specific Starship will have aerodynamic surfaces and a nose cone. This will be absolutely insane to watch. We'll be seeing this totally new vehicle go up to 60,000 feet, belly flop down, and try and land like it will when it comes back through Earth's atmosphere in future missions. This will be a crazy sight. Onto the regular commercial missions for SpaceX this month. After a weather-caused delay, we will finally see the Starlink 12 mission. Starship 12 will be the 3rd batch of 60 low-latency, high-speed internet satellites made and manufactured by SpaceX. This will also be on a Falcon 9 and will be launched from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center. This will be early morning on October 1st, right after this video is uploaded. There are possibly 2 more Starlink launches for SpaceX this month. Starlink 13, which will be the 14th batch of 60 low-latency, high-speed internet satellites for SpaceX, will also launch from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center. Starlink 14, which will be the 15th batch of 60 internet satellites, will launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, right next door to the Launch Complex 39A. In the afternoon of the 2nd of October, there will be GPS Launch 4. For the United States Space Force. This payload will include the 4th, 3rd generation global positioning satellites. This will launch from Slick 40 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, just like Starlink 14. For Rocket Lab, there will be a milestone launch this month. The STP-27RM mission will be the first launch from the brand new launch pad, Launch Complex 2 at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport at Wallops Island, Virginia. The payload customer is the US Department of Defense, and this will be an experimental mission for the Space Test Program. A part of this payload will include a space weather instrument. For United Launch Alliance, they will launch NROL 101 from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. This will be on top of the Atlas V, the company's very reliable launch vehicle. The Atlas V in this launch will be in the 531 configuration. That means that there will be a 5-meter payload fairing, 3 solid rocket boosters, and 1 engine on the Centaur upper stage. The payload for this mission is a top-secret satellite for the US National Reconnaissance Office. Blue Origin, at the end of September, scrubbed a launch entitled NS-13. We do not know exactly when this launch will actually happen. It might be in October, and it might not be. With that, this mission will test important NASA technology for returning to the moon for the Artemis program. This will be a suborbital launch and will launch out of Corn Ranch, Texas. The MS-17 mission for Roscosmos is one of 2 this month. This will be a crew of 3 on a Soyuz spacecraft on their way to the International Space Station. These astronauts will be part of the Expedition 63 crew, and the spacecraft will be docked to the International Space Station for around 6 months. This launch will be out of the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The second launch for the month for Roscosmos is a GLONASS-K mission. This launch was delayed from the beginning of August. GLONASS-K will launch on a Soyuz rocket in the 2.1 configuration and will be the newest part of the Russian GLONASS radio-based satellite navigation system. With that, it's on to our favorite segment, Moon Time. The new moon for the month will be on the 16th, and for the first time in Space Events history, we will have 2 full moons this month. The first of the full moons will be on the 1st of October. Then after that, excitingly, the blue moon for the month of October will be on October 31st. Halloween. This will also be the day that SpaceX Crew 1 will also be launching. This will be an awesome Halloween, especially because it's on a Saturday. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you later this month.